Once again, we are at Itawamba Community College today in Fulton, Mississippi. That's because it is spring graduation 2023. Joining us now, Barry Emison, the Dean of the Career and Technical Instruction at Itawamba Community College. Dean, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
So this has gotten so much focus, the whole CTE movement, shall we say, not only in Mississippi but across the country. And I sort of see it as an effort to kind of bridge the gap between traditional education that we need, but getting students, graduates of these CTE programs, ready to hit the streets running in the workforce to satisfy the needs that employers are communicating. These are the skills required to staff the jobs that we're hiring for.
Yeah, and, we're actually behind the curve on that, on coming to that realization. Statistics actually show there's a number I'd like for you a ratio to remember, and that is 1 to 7. So for every one job, and this is nationwide, and this is proven across the nation, and we're a little bit late coming to this knowledge, but for every one job that requires a graduate degree, so you're talking about doctors and lawyers and CPAs and for some unknown reason, college administrators, I don't know that, but for every one that requires a graduate, there are 2 that require bachelors. Okay. So, engineers and accountants and some other things. There are 7 that require a skill set. Okay. That may not. It may be a bachelor's degree in some cases. It could be an associate degree, but it is a skill set. So it is something that they can do, typically with their hands. It starts with their head, and so. But in almost all those cases, it doesn't require a bachelor's degree. We've got bachelor's programs that are training them to do those that skill set, but it doesn't require it. And what employers are looking for is that skill set, and that's where we come in at the community colleges. And of course, the Mississippi has the #1 community college system in the nation, and I happen to think that Itawamba is the #1 college in the state. But they are all very good, and I have a very good relationship with them, and I know they all do a good job of preparing individuals to come in, and that can be a 17, 18-year-old. But it might also be a 30-year-old that took the other traditional route. They come back to us with a bachelor's degree, but they can't earn a life-sustaining wage. Yeah. So they come to us and say, I need a skill set. And so we are preparing them for the workforce. And in almost every case, we can get them an internship. That's how thirsty, hungry industry is for these individuals. And we get them in the workplace, and they start learning on the job. They learn with us in the classroom and in our lab spaces, and they're learning. Usually, it's a hands-on skill set that when they graduate, they're going to go to work, and some of those are going to make 6 figures within a couple of years. Yeah. It's amazing.
And don't you see that that's really kind of the trend in education, Dean? Do you see us moving in that direction where maybe in lieu of a traditional linear degree, there's programs like this that just get these students ready to get out in the workforce and start making money?
Yeah, absolutely. And I've been in this business, in the education business, for 28 years. So I've been preaching this. It seems like for all 28 years. That we've got to convince parents that this is where the jobs are, and not waste tens of thousands of dollars sending them to get that bachelor's degree on the front end, and that's the key. I still believe in a bachelor's degree and graduate degrees. I believe that you just keep going, and keep expanding your educational foundation. But I think it starts with a skill set. Find out what these students are interested in, and find out where the jobs are, of course, and give them a skill set that they can build on. And the Bachelor of Applied Science degree that IHL passed about 3 or 4 years ago, and universities, Mississippi State jumped out there on the front end. Other universities are coming around now, but to be able to take an Associate of Applied Science degree and an individual that's got a skill set, and they are working in the field, and then they can transfer the entire 60 hours of that associate degree toward a bachelor's degree, come in as a junior, and in 60 more hours they can have a Bachelor of Applied Science degree, and they're so much more valuable than the individual that goes and gets a degree in a traditional field with zero experience, without zero skill set.
This is going to grow, isn't it?
Oh, I think exponentially. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Dean, appreciate you coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Big day here today, isn't it?
It is, big day.
It's awesome. I walked outside for a second and heard tears and applause. So that's always good, isn't it?
The full gambit. Yeah, this is a fun day for us, too.
Appreciate you guys having us here. Barry Emison, Dean of the Career and Technical Instruction at Itawamba Community College. We're at the top of the hour. That means it's time for Fox News and Super